If you have solar panels on your roof right now, there is a strong chance you do not actually own the power they produce. You paid for them. You see them every day. You believe they made you independent. But what if I told you that the moment the power grid goes down, the panels on your own roof go dark with it, even while the sun is shining directly on them? What if I told you that a stranger at the utility company can reach into your system and turn your production down, and you would never even know? And what if the contract you signed put a line on your house, a lane that can follow you for the next 25 years? In this investigation, we are going to expose the gridlock, the blackout shutoff that almost no one warns you about, the lease trap that quietly takes your title, and the remote switch that hands control of your roof to a corporation. And at the end, I am going to show you the one kind of system they cannot lock, the loophole that gives you power they can never shut off. Let us start with the LIE that costs people the most. The blackout betrayal. Picture the worst day. A storm rolls through, the lines go down, the whole street goes dark, and you look up at your roof, covered in panels, basking in full sunlight, and you think, finally, this is the day it all pays off. Then you walk inside, and your house is just as dark as your neighbor's. This is not a malfunction. This is exactly how the system was designed to behave. Almost every rooftop solar system in the country is what is called grid-tied. By law, the instant the grid loses power, your inverter is forced to shut itself off. The official reason is safety. If your panels kept pushing electricity onto the wires, a lineman working to restore power could be electrocuted. That reason is real, but sit with what it means for you. It means your system is built, first and foremost, to protect the grid, not to protect you. It means that on the exact day you need your own energy the most, your own roof is legally required to abandon you. You are producing nothing while producing everything. You did not buy a power plant. You bought a very expensive contribution to someone else's power plant. And here is where it gets worse, because most people never even own the panels in the first place. That brings us to the second trap, the lease. Walk through any neighborhood where solar was sold hard, and you will find driveways full of people who signed something they did not fully read. A lease, or a power purchase agreement. The pitch was beautiful, no money down. Go green, lock in your rate, let the savings pay for themselves. What they did not say out loud is that under those contracts, you do not own the equipment on your own roof. A third-party company owns it. You are simply renting your own rooftop back to them and buying the electricity those panels make for the next 20 or 25 years. Many of these contracts contain something called an escalator. Your payment does not stay flat. It climbs year after year, often by around 3% every single year, whether your bills go up or not. And then comes the part that traps people completely. When that company places its equipment on your home, it often files a lien, a legal claim, against your property. So when you go to sell that house, the buyer's lender sees the lien, sees a 25-year contract attached to the roof, and walks away. Now you are stuck. Either you talk a nervous buyer into taking over decades of payments, or you pay thousands of dollars to buy out the contract just to make your own house sellable again. You set out to own your energy. Instead, a corporation now owns a piece of your home. But let us say you were smart. Let us say you paid cash, you owned the panels outright, free and clear. Surely then, you are in control. Not quite. Because of the third lock, the remote switch. The newer your system is, the more likely it runs on what the industry calls a smart inverter. It is connected. It talks to the utility. Buried in the paperwork you signed to connect to the grid is language that gives the utility the right to communicate with that inverter, and in a growing number of regions, to curtail it. To turn your production down, remotely. When the grid is congested, or when it simply suits them, they can dial back the power your own panels are allowed to make. On top of that, regulators have rolled out rapid shutdown rules, switches that can drop the voltage on your roof to almost nothing in seconds. Sold, again, as safety. And again, the deeper truth is the same. There is now an off switch for your roof, and your hand is not the only one near it. Then there is the math itself. In several states, the rules that once paid you fairly for the extra power you sent back to the grid have been quietly rewritten. The credit you earn for your own electricity has been slashed, in some cases by 70% or even 80%. So the surplus you generate, the surplus you paid for, is now bought back from you for pennies and sold to your neighbor for full price. Step back and look at the whole picture. The panels shut off when you need them. The contract can take your title. The utility can turn you down by remote, and the value of your power is set by someone who is not you. This was never about independence. It was about moving the meter onto your roof while keeping the control downtown. So what actually works? How do you get power they cannot lock? Here is the escape. The thing every one of these traps has in common is the connection to their grid and their permission. The way out is a system that does not ask for it. What you are looking for is an off-grid capable setup. The heart of it is not the panels, it is the battery, and an inverter that can run on its own, completely islanded from the utility, with no outside contract and no remote access. A few principles to hold on to. Own the hardware outright. Never sign a lease or a power purchase agreement that places a lien on your home. Choose an inverter that is built to keep running when the grid is dead, the kind with a true backup function, not a grid-tied unit that quits the moment the lines go down, and size a battery that can carry your essentials through a night so that when the street goes black, your house does not. A system like that flips the entire relationship. The grid becomes a convenience you use instead of a landlord you answer to. The sun hits your roof and the power is yours with no one downtown able to touch it. That is the line between renting your roof and owning your power. I have put together a short, plain English checklist of the exact contract clauses to look for and the questions to ask before you ever sign, so that no salesman can slip a lien past you. You can grab it free at the link in the description. Because the goal was never just to put panels on a roof. The goal was to never be at the mercy of their switch again. If this opened your eyes, stay with me. Next, we are opening the Forever list, the only backup power systems built to outlive the grid itself.